Savannah James typically avoids drama, yet her unscripted moments can stir the pot. A playful incident on a podcast where her mic antics drew criticism for being overly provocative, alongside a fear statement that clearly showcases her stance on respecting limits. "You've transformed me, and now I see the cold truth." When Kevin Gates overstepped, Savannah responded decisively, making it crystal clear that she wouldn't tolerate any disrespect. We'll explore 6 instances where Savannah crossed boundaries, leading fans to believe she exceeded acceptable limits. First up, the podcast clip situation. In March 2024, the debut of Everybody's Crazy marked Savannah James's official foray into podcasting, an arena dominated by authenticity and vibrant personalities. However, as excitement for the show grew, a promotional teaser clip sparked unforeseen controversy. An excellent example of how quickly actions can be misconstrued in our highly interconnected digital world. On March 27th, 2024, the podcast Instagram story showcased a brief video of Savannah engaging with a microphone in a seemingly whimsical ASMR-inspired moment. In the footage, she appeared to be tapping and softly rubbing the rounded microphone cover with her well-groomed nails, producing a sensory audio effect often found in specific areas of social media. As she engages, she giggles, and her co-host April McDaniel interjects, "Don't we need to say something?" Savannah replies with a smile, "We'll handle that later." What began as an amusing and trendy teaser employing popular ASMR methods swiftly morphed into a more contentious topic once the video circulated on X and various other platforms. Many viewers perceived the motion alongside Savannah's cheeky demeanor as having sexual connotations, particularly resembling a manual sexual action. Reactions surged across social media, with users expressing curiosity about the meaning behind the gesture. "So, what was Savannah James doing with a mic in that manner? What was she implying with that?" queried one user. Another remarked, "Savannah James was well aware of her actions while caressing that mic. As a pro." The unclear nature of the clip, combined with Savannah's playful grin, sparked a whirlwind of speculation and debate. The audience's response was sharply divided, exposing underlying biases and assumptions related to Savannah's public persona. A certain group, especially male observers, voiced discontent and even anger, implying that the footage had damaged her supposedly flawless image as an ideal wife. These detractors had often lauded Savannah for her visibility without much vocal presence. They regarded her as a quiet, perpetually graceful individual who shunned contention. "She embodies one of the last true icons of black women," lamented one commenter, while another fretted, "I hope Savannah James doesn't lose her appeal. She stands as one of the final significant representations of esteemed black women we have today." Such responses highlighted the considerable expectation for Savannah to conform to a limited, idealized portrayal of black femininity, restrained, proper, and ever dignified, often sacrificing her own uniqueness and joy for this image. This critique reached beyond just the particular clip, challenging the very notion of Savannah even hosting a podcast. Some voices on social media argued that her podcast could shatter the illusion of Savannah as an unassailable icon, suggesting that increased visibility would soon lead to disillusionment. One notably disturbing thread of commentary manifested clear misogyny, claiming that women like Savannah ought to remain muted to preserve their allure. Nevertheless, a strong alternative viewpoint arose from advocates who championed Savannah's freedom to express herself outside the limiting stereotypes imposed on her. These supporters assert that the video was lighthearted and fun, arguing that the backlash originated from unreasonable expectations rather than any real misconduct. Savannah James has yet to comment on her podcast, and instead engaged in some ASMR. "People are already behaving absurdly. She's not obligated to maintain any facade," one fan remarked. Additional supporters pointed out the vulnerabilities beneath the idolized facade, stating things like, "You all picture Savannah James as a sweet, wholesome church lady. You really don't know her." These advocates understood that the idealized portrayal of Savannah was always unrealistic and, crucially, not an identity she ever embraced. Harsh comments surrounded her decisions to sever ties. In this memorable instance of honesty, Savannah expressed her views on navigating toxic relationships, using a tone far bolder and more straightforward than what her usual public image portrayed. "I never come from a negative mindset. Whenever I meet someone or engage in anything, it's always with authenticity. So when you cross a line, I'm quickly done with it. I believe it's because I'm so open that I can end things swiftly." She went on to explain her feelings about betrayal when trust is broken. "So then I'm thinking, oh, you really think you can get away with that? Got it. Yeah. All right, sound good. I've got something to share because even though I present myself in such an open and honest way, the other side isn't quite as pretty." These words were spoken with definite assurance, revealing a stark contrast to the gentle, perpetually supportive persona most associated with Savannah. The Spanish sports publication Marca characterized these remarks as uncovering a hidden side of Savannah that many were unaware of, indicating that this insight into her limits was surprisingly eye-opening. The conversation shifted direction when co-host April McDaniel highlighted her own viewpoint on relationships, pointing out that, in contrast to Savannah's upfront nature, she believes trust must be earned by others. It conveys, "I'm not exactly one of your kind. You need to earn my approval," McDaniel elaborated, mentioning she seldom extends tolerance to others. This conversation showcased contrasting methods of safeguarding oneself. Savannah's quick break from broken trust contrasted with McDaniel's meticulous screening before letting anyone in. Savannah's choice of words was bold, straightforward, and completely unrefined, likely adding to the potency of her remarks. For a woman known for her careful discretion and thoughtful public discourse, this unfiltered expression of personal limits marked a notable shift from what was anticipated. The phrase "cold, done, gone" succinctly conveyed a strict no-tolerance stance on betrayal, which some viewed as conflicting with her caring, supportive public persona. Reactions on social media highlighted the persistent clash between the idealized version of Savannah and the real person behind the facade. On X, formerly known as Twitter, comments varied from praise for her bravery to worries about the potential fallout on her immaculate image. In this episode, earlier conversations sparked anew from Savannah's initial podcast announcement, where some fans expressed concerns that increased visibility might tarnish her enigmatic appeal or ideal persona. A particularly insightful remark from that initial phase encapsulated the lofty expectations surrounding Savannah. "To us, she's flawless, and I fear she'll spoil that image. I realize it's not accurate since she's just a person, yet I wish to always see Savannah James as impeccable, akin to how I view my 93-year-old grandmother." This feeling, which recognizes the facade while insisting it persists, sheds light on the unachievable benchmark Savannah has managed as she responded to Kevin Gates's contentious remarks. April 2025 marked one of Savannah James's more bizarre controversies when rapper Kevin Gates made a number of inappropriate and exceedingly disrespectful comments about her relationship with LeBron. The upcoming event put Savannah's composed strategy for handling public disputes to the test, ultimately revealing her capacity to maintain grace without amplifying the situation. The uproar began on April 19th, 2025, when Gates released a 3-minute Instagram clip explaining why he would not wish to swap lives with LeBron James, despite acknowledging him as one of the all-time greats in basketball. Instead of addressing the stresses or difficulties of LeBron's career, Gates curiously fixated his remarks on Savannah's attitude towards her spouse. This is how the dialogue originated. "We were simply observing couples and individuals in a league, discussing how LeBron interacts with Savannah. I chimed in, noting that it seemed like something people overlooked, and they were talking about what if you had LeBron's wealth. I was like, sure, he's one of the greatest to ever play the sport, but I wouldn't want to switch lives with him." And the response was, "Why not? How do you feel when you're prepared?" I'm mentioning this because I find the way Savannah gazes at LeBron off-putting. In contrast, the way white women admire him captivates me. It's as if the moment he emerges, they're all aflutter. Gates drew crude parallels between Savannah's support for LeBron and the enthusiasm he garners from female admirers. He proceeded with his inappropriate remarks, labeling Savannah as the jailer and critiquing her for not displaying her admiration for LeBron more vividly. "You behave like the jailer, coming in to oversee me, while you aren't as liberated as those white women." His statements faced widespread backlash for being disrespectful, misogynistic, and racially insensitive. Critics raised concerns over the inappropriateness of an outsider analyzing the intricacies of a well-established marriage, especially in a manner that sexualized Savannah while unfavorably contrasting her with white women, a comparison steeped in troubling racial implications. Acknowledging the contentious nature of his remarks, Gates sought to mitigate backlash by framing his observations as insights into LeBron's generous and loving nature, a maneuver many perceived as insincere in light of his disrespectful comments. Savannah's reaction to these offensive remarks showcased her characteristic restraint and strategic acumen in the public eye. Instead of directly confronting Gates's crude statements, she chose a more subtle method that implied dismissal, avoiding extensive engagement with the controversy. On April 20th, 2025, Savannah shared a concise yet pointed response on her Instagram story. In 2019, she posted a clip of Nicki Minaj from an Instagram Live, where the rapper appeared puzzled and remarked, childly anyways." Savannah added crying laughter emojis, signaling that Gates's remarks were too ridiculous for serious attention. This tactic, focusing on wit and brevity rather than direct conflict, reflected Savannah's ongoing choice to uphold her dignity instead of stirring up drama. By sharing a clip known for mocking nonsense, she conveyed a strong message without needing to craft an elaborate reply to Gates's inappropriate comments. Days later, on April 24th, Savannah uploaded another Instagram story featuring a bubble bath, captioned, "This and no emails," set to Bobby V's Slow Down. This message strengthened her determination to transcend the drama and prioritize a harmonious approach to self-care over engaging in public disputes. While Savannah opted for a subtle reply, LeBron chose a straightforward approach to safeguard his wife's reputation. On April 20th, he shared 2 loving snapshots of himself and Savannah on Instagram, along with a sharp caption stating, "Kings don't waste their time on the views of commoners." What's our next move, Queen? Let's make it happen. paired with a black queen emoji. This post was largely seen as a clear dismissal of Gates while intentionally avoiding directly naming him. The couple received widespread support from the public, with both celebrities and fans commending their graceful approach to the matter. Actor Paige Kennedy remarked on LeBron's post, highlighting how she gazes at him as if he's the most incredible man in her life, which indeed he is. The moon remains indifferent to the struggles of the earth. This poetic remark captured the prevailing sentiment that Gates' comments were pertinent, considering the couple's enduring two-decade bond, choosing not to let the uproar hinder his performance. LeBron seemed unaffected during the Lakers' next playoff match against the Minnesota Timberwolves on April 22nd, driving his team to a 94-85 win, showcasing stellar stats of 21 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. LeBron's knack for setting aside personal issues to stay focused showcases the professionalism that has marked his journey. On the other hand, Gates appeared intent on prolonging the dispute. Rather than offering an apology, he reinforced his stance in a subsequent video on April 20th for 21, depicting his remarks as the kind of tough love that can sting but ultimately helps. He spoke directly to LeBron, expressing, "I cherish you because you own it. As long as you're honored, that's my priority. I'm not concerned about upsetting a loved one to achieve what I want." Gates oddly took on the role of a life coach, claiming that his questionable comments were intended to make sure LeBron received the recognition he deserved at home. Many saw this as a provocative gesture when Gates showed up at the Lakers playoff game on April 22nd, 2025, sitting courtside at Crypto.com Arena with his girlfriend, Brittany Renner. Social media reactions labeled his appearance as both petty and audacious, given the context. However, despite Gates' attendance, nothing confrontational unfolded during the match. LeBron's apparent disregard for the rapper showcases the James family's dedication to upholding their dignity, even when provoked. Public reaction to this situation strongly leaned toward support for Savannah and LeBron. Various social media users criticized Gates' comments as both inappropriate and out of touch. A notable tweet encapsulated the sentiment. Picture disrespecting a black woman for not embodying a fictional role meant for your amusement. Savannah focuses on her family, nurtures her kids, and stands by her spouse. In contrast, Kevin Gates takes to Instagram venting about her as if she has a debt to him. Let's be real. This discussion underscores the gender and racial tensions involved, particularly Gates' implication that Savannah ought to show her support in ways he deems appropriate for a wife. Now, she's entangled with LeBron in the ongoing drama with Stephen A. Smith. In March 2025, one of the most buzzed-about media frenzies involved basketball. LeBron James and ESPN commentator Stephen A. Smith clashed fiercely over remarks concerning LeBron's son, Bronny James. Initially centered on the father-son relationship, the dispute soon broadened to encompass Savannah James, who made her presence known through her strategic yet impactful social media interactions. This discord took root in January 2025. Stephen A. Smith expressed sharp criticism of Bronny James's NBA role during ESPN's initial segment. After Bronny's lackluster outing, 0 for 5 shooting in 15 minutes, in the Lakers' defeat to the Philadelphia 76ers, Smith shifted his remarks away from the rookie and aimed them at LeBron's impact on his son's trajectory. "I implore LeBron James, as a father, cease this narrative. It's widely recognized, as Smith pointed out, that Bronny James made it to the NBA largely because of his father. He contended that Bronny isn't prepared for the challenges of the league and that LeBron's stature has unfairly burdened the young athlete, possibly overshadowing other worthy contenders." Although Smith presented his comments as a concern for Bronny's growth, his claim that the rookie's NBA entry was merely a result of favoritism evidently provoked a strong reaction from the James family. The underlying tension reached a tipping point on March 6, 2025, during a Lakers matchup against the New York Knicks at Crypto.com Arena. LeBron walked over to Smith, who was sitting courtside alongside Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel and actor Larry David, engaging in what onlookers deemed a short but intense discussion. It was reported that LeBron urged Smith to keep my son out of this, man, revealing his annoyance regarding the remarks made about Bronny. The next day, Smith spoke about the incident on First Take, recognizing LeBron's protective nature as a father while still defending his observations. "That wasn't just an athlete confronting me. That was a dad." Smith emphasized that his remarks were aimed at LeBron's conduct, not Bronny's talent. As the dispute grew more heated, LeBron appeared on the Pat McAfee show, branding Smith a mere spectator and questioning his authority. In retaliation, Smith used his podcast to make provocative statements regarding LeBron's notable absences from events like Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame ceremony and Kobe Bryant's tribute, claims that were later clarified as misleading. During this intensifying altercation, Smith sought to assert that his critiques were about LeBron's influence on Bronny's NBA path, not a reflection on Bronny himself. "I possess video evidence of me declining to cover Bronny, having never watched him out of respect for the family." Smith asserted his admiration for Savannah, labeling her as the NBA's first lady and the epitome of class, perhaps in an effort to soothe the situation with the James family. Yet, his assertions regarding his reaction had LeBron made contact during their disagreement raised eyebrows. On his podcast, Smith confidently declared he would have thrown a punch if there had been any physical engagement. This assertion was met with skepticism due to LeBron's formidable stature. This is when Savannah James became part of the story. On March 27, 2025, Complex Sports shared an Instagram video showcasing Smith's bold comments, accompanied by a womp meme that implied doubt about his confidence. Savannah tapped the like button on this post, a small act that resonated deeply. It indicated her quiet endorsement of LeBron while brushing off Smith's claims. This nuanced online gesture reflected Savannah's typical stance in public disputes. Minimal, yet impactful, showcasing her loyalty to her family. Instead of releasing a detailed commentary or addressing the media about the issue, she opted for the most subtle method of digital engagement, a simple like that nonetheless captured attention. The importance of Savannah's involvement is magnified by its infrequency. Over the years, she has usually steered clear of basketball-related disputes, prioritizing her family and personal pursuits. Yet, her choice to slightly engage in the Stephen A. Smith issue highlights the emotional weight of the attack on Bronny. LeBron strengthened their familial bond by sharing a video of Smith boxing on Instagram, captioned, "Womp, womp, womp, pup," reflecting the same dismissive spirit as the intricate sports post Savannah had favored. This seemingly effortless alignment showcased the James family's unity against what they regarded as unjust critiques of their son. In the background, initiatives aimed at settling the dispute were in progress. Rich Paul, representing LeBron, was said to have facilitated conversations between the involved parties, underscoring that a resolution had been reached. Nonetheless, Smith's ongoing remarks indicated that strains lingered despite these conciliatory attempts. Former NFL standout Shannon Sharpe expressed his views on his late-night podcast, encouraging Smith to let go, highlighting that the distractions could be detrimental as the NBA playoffs draw near. Responses from fans on social media lauded the James family's devotion, with sentiments like, "LeBron and Savannah will fiercely protect their children," while others questioned the necessity of such safeguarding for a pro athlete like Bronny. A notable viewpoint surfaced from a fan who challenged the tactic, an adult managing his own evaluations. So, will Bron and Savannah rush to his aid whenever a sports commentator expresses an opinion? That's peculiar. This remark underscores the core conflict in the debate, the struggle between safeguarding a youth and permitting a budding professional to confront critique on his own. Viral tunnel walk video at Lakers game. By April 2025, as the Los Angeles Lakers clinched their spot in the NBA playoffs, Savannah James was stepping up her social media game on April 11th ahead of a crucial matchup against the Houston Rockets. She eagerly joined in on one of basketball's trendiest rituals, the pre-game tunnel walk, resulting in unexpectedly charming moments. For those unfamiliar, the NBA tunnel walk has transformed into a cultural spectacle reminiscent of a fashion runway. Players and their entourages seize the short trek from the venue's entrance to the locker room to flaunt designer outfits, creating fashion statements that often spark as much excitement as their athletic feats. This custom has gained such prominence that publications like Vogue frequently feature the standout tunnel looks, with LeBron James renowned for his daring fashion choices in this setting. Savannah's effort to partake in this tradition led to an enchanting Instagram post that swiftly gained popularity. The post featured several clips. In the first, she is captured repeatedly pacing the Crypto.com arena tunnel, aiming to nail her own tunnel walk experience. Instead of adhering to the serious, model-like demeanor usually linked to these elegant arrivals, Savannah bursts into laughter, eventually skipping whimsically and embracing the playful chaos of her efforts. A second clip reveals her photographer focused on securing the perfect shot, while the last image showcases Savannah posing fashionably against a wall. She added a caption imbued with delightful self-awareness, embracing the pandemonium with a flurry of laughter emojis. For this stylish occasion, Savannah donned a sleek black crop top matched with high-waisted blue denim and chic black heels. Her ensemble was elevated by a green Louis Vuitton Speedy P9 Vandalia 25 handbag, boasting a price tag around $9,300. This opulent accessory brought a lavish flair to the otherwise laid-back look. The public's response to Savannah's tunnel walk was exceptionally positive, as fans on Instagram and X, previously known as Twitter, celebrated her genuine charm and wit. One comment lauded her for embracing the trend while staying true to herself, steering clear of the serious model-like demeanor often seen in similar contexts. The moment became viral due to the ideal blend Savannah achieved between aspirational beauty and down-to-earth authenticity. The Louis Vuitton bag indicated class and prestige, while her inability to keep a straight face during the shoot made her relatable, striking a chord with viewers weary of overly polished social media figures. In a landscape frequently focused on flawless, airbrushed visuals, Savannah's spirited tunnel walk provided a breath of fresh air. This viral incident comes at a pivotal moment. just after rapper Kevin Gates made headlines for his inappropriate remarks about Savannah. The tunnel walk footage featured Savannah radiating happiness and self-expression in the face of public judgment, perhaps silently conveying that others' views would not overshadow her brilliance. Additionally, the video's popularity coincided with an important achievement for the James family. That evening, the Lakers triumphed over the Houston Rockets with a convincing 140-109 win, securing the third seed in the Western Conference playoffs. Post-game, another clip displayed LeBron and Savannah sharing a joyful moment in the tunnel, with LeBron showing his excitement and gratitude. Observers labeled the engagement as delightful, showcasing the duo's deep connection amidst their personal achievements. The slight uproar regarding Savannah's tunnel walk underscores the challenges public figures encounter while balancing genuineness with societal anticipations. Certain conventional viewers might deem it excessive for someone of her caliber to partake in such a trend, hoping she would exhibit a more composed demeanor. Nonetheless, the positive response overwhelmingly indicates that many fans enjoyed witnessing this playful, approachable aspect of Savannah during her solo gala presence and after-party hosting. May 5, 2025, marked Savannah's first appearance at the Met Gala, attending solo in the absence of LeBron. This solitary presence was driven by unforeseen circumstances, not preference. LeBron was set to be an honorary co-chair for the gala, sharing the spotlight with notable figures such as Coleman Domingo, Lewis Hamilton, A$AP Rocky, Pharrell Williams, and Anna Wintour, the editor-in-chief of Vogue. However, he was unable to make it due to a grade 2 MCL sprain in his left knee, an injury incurred during an NBA playoff match on April 30th. LeBron took to X to articulate his reasons for missing the event. Regrettably, due to an unnecessary injury I suffered at the season's close, I cannot join the Met Gala in New York this evening. My stunning and powerful queen will be present, steadfastly keeping the fort as she always does. This encouraging note establishes the context for how Savannah's solo appearance will be viewed, portraying it as a representation moment instead of an intentional split. The 2025 Met Gala honored the Costume Institute's exhibition, Superfine Tailoring Black Style, with a dress code highlighting Tailored for You, emphasizing Black dandyism and menswear inspirations. Savannah shone brightly at the event, donning a bespoke burgundy pinstripe gown crafted by Anifa Mimbo for Hanifa. This eye-catching creation included a structured crop jacket with visible boning, voluminous white French cuffs, a midriff cutout with sheer detailing, a stunning mermaid skirt complete with a flowing train, a burgundy necktie, and a silver brooch, all artfully merging traditional menswear elements into a chic feminine form. Vogue hailed her outfit, emphasizing how Savannah revitalizes the Harlem zoot suit within the context of Black dandyism. Her fashion statement was both thematic and deeply personal, as Savannah shared with Vogue her affinity for suiting-inspired attire that resonates with her style. She characterized her glam as sleek and minimalistic, allowing the gown to take center stage, enhanced by a 40-inch straight blonde hairstyle. Additionally, although absent, LeBron expressed his enthusiastic support for Savannah's moment at the Met Gala. He shared 12 images and clips of her on his Instagram stories, accompanied by heart and heart-eyed emojis, showcasing their solidarity despite being apart for the event. This open show of affection dispelled any rumors of friction arising from her attending alone. Media coverage of Savannah's Met Gala debut was overwhelmingly affirmative. Outlets like The Cut, WWD, and ABC News praised her elegant presence, lacking any signs of disapproval or dispute regarding her participation. Hanifa's designer, Anita Mvwemba, extended her gratitude to Savannah on Instagram, stating, "Thank you, Savannah, for recognizing me and entrusting Hanifa to craft your Met Gala outfit. You will always be that woman." This praise from the designer highlighted the triumph of their partnership and the warm reception to Savannah's look. After the main affair, Savannah threw a private after-party at the Crane Club in New York City. The venue was buzzing with two events that evening: Savannah's gathering on the upper level and another organized by Pharrell Williams below. Those specifics surrounding her after-party were kept mostly under wraps, which is standard for elite Met Gala after-gatherings. Its very occurrence solidified Savannah's status as a notable presence in both celebrity and fashion realms. If you like this video, don't miss the cards appearing on your screen for more related content.